In fact, the members of Proxima beings are much more excited for this homozygous pair hate. And the second vice president of Proxima B, who had brighter pink legs, which means he's eviler, announced to the people of Proxima B during a TV program that they're gonna witness the most perfect pair hate during this operation, which is a person who hates himself alone. The orangutan chair said, "Oh mate, we're so lucky we didn't become a human. How miserable are these people? Only because they have some more nerve channels than us, they can't even hate every living and non-living, virtual and non-virtual, existing and non-existent, according to the fair and peaceful rules of the interclustral court. In fact, members of all galaxies have the right to hate Earthens. So that's why the court decided to build an infinite mirror wall around this planet in a radius of several billion light years, so that they can't see anything from the all galaxy and only the reflection of a limited area from the eastern side of the almond Milky Way galaxy in infinity repeat. And this had made them think that they are on the western side of the almond Milky Way galaxy. All of those misunderstandings because of the mirror wall." I interrupted their words and said, "What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Does this mean that Proxima Centauri B and Nimes are going to attack the blue-green-white planet together and take Earthians captive?" The lighter orangutan seat from the other table said, "I think this guy has lower level of underviolet phosphoric channels than the 13 most advanced creatures of this planet." "Yes, dear idiot. Now we can also piss off faster. We're going to go to the planet WASP-12b by this anti-cold polar bear. There, with a very religious, honest, and alcoholic Sandler, we're going to have a very cool stellar gambling cafe." I said impatiently, "What is this quark hell? The new invention of a high-ranking and highly respected members of the interclustral court? The highly respected members of the interclustral court are very interested in creative humanitarian inventions such as the space jellyfish resort. Oh my god, I should not mention this anymore." The orangutan chair that I was sitting on said, with a little coy and clown that showed that he was upset with me. "No dear, WASP-B12 president while sleeping announced to every quark online across the almond Milky Way galaxy that being president is bullshit. He declared, take all for it to make a galette. In the end, everyone will complain about the price." He announced that he suffered acute depression and sadism due to people request to buy cheaper galette. And all this is a fault of people of this planet. Therefore, according to the verdict of the interclustral court, work and business on this planet has been stopped forever, and all the 329,000 billion people of this planet are going to spend their lives gambling in President's Cafe from now on, in order to cure his sadism. Whoever wins seizes loser's life and identity, and the one who loses will be connected to the nearest meteorite and thrown towards their star, WASP-B12, with a few wormhole bombs of the latest model to cause loser to transform into anti-positron heterogravity. As prescribed by the specific psychiatrist of the WASP-B12 planet president, this is the only way to cure the sadism and depression of the desperate president. Of course, the people of this planet did not remain silent and protested with their own marches with twice the population of their residents, who gathered the other half from the last cosmos of their local cluster and declared that this show is not fair because Bilon Dusk, the richest interplanetary quark, has not been able to settle here yet. So the interclustral court sentenced that Bilon Dusk has to have picoseconds migration to this planet to gamble in the stellar gambling cafe and prevent further chaos. But instead of protesting or running away, Bilon Dusk did a very logical thing, and that was that he immediately shouted about the non-democratic and non-republican members of the Z09 Federation, except Trump, and called this issue a conspiracy from all beings in the galaxy except Trump. And in another tweet, he threatened to buy Shweeter. And then he recalled the bitter memory of buying Boobiter by himself. When news broadcasted in our galaxy, all the virtual and non-virtual beings were shocked and terrified, and all the planets announced that if the interclustral court does not withdraw its vote and Bilon Dusk by Shweeter as well as Boobiter, they will destroy the whole court and turn it into a very bright diarrhea orange ketchup. This was what interclustral court was afraid of. Bilon Dusk was a slightly smart person, and he knew that surely no one in the entire all galaxy would want to repeat the bitter memory of buying an interclustral public platform by him again. I think all planets were right. This is the only period of life, time, place, and space that no one likes to be reminded of. Therefore, Bilon Dusk has put his threats on the biggest weakness of interclustral court, humanitarianism. Because people was the only thing interclustral court cared about, and therefore because the people of planet WASP-B12 declared that they would not play this game without Bilon Dusk, the interclustral court got bored, and the vice chairman of the anti-Labor Party had passed 1 minute from his lunchtime, so he took out the pink remote control from his right pocket and pressed the button of the non-pink rabbit singing weapon and completely accidentally pointed the weapon directly toward the center of the planet WASP-B12. Of course, he coughed later and said that my mobile was in my pocket, and because I was hungry I mixed up my left and right, and then he coughed again and went for lunch. I caught a grasshopper which was not determined from which glass it had escaped and was jumping this way and that way, so I put it between my teeth to clean my teeth, and I said, "Well, what do you want to do there now? Isn't it destroyed?" He said, "Exactly. Our model is outdated. We're going to travel in time and go back to before the destruction of the planet and be destroyed with it, so that we become a part of the black hole that is going to be created from. This anti-cold polar bear buys everything worthless, he sees, because he wants to transport everyone to the planet. An honest swindler said that if he can turn that black hole into a wormhole, he can sell it for a very good price to new rookie interstellar civilizations and get a lot of money." I said, "Good luck." He excitedly said, "If you also want to be destroyed, come with us. You can sit on me until the destination." "I like you," I said. "Thank you, my dear. I really envy you, but unfortunately, I'm imprisoned here." I was in my thoughts that the anti-cold polar bear came to me. He said, "Get up. This is the last seat." I didn't realize that the table in front of me was gone, and it was only me sitting on the last orangutan chair in the Amazon forest, and there is no trace of the cafe anymore.